Yeah, congratulations on American Gods.
Thank you very much.
We're all very excited about it.
Yeah, I am too.
How was the auditioning process for it? How long was it?
The audition process was insane. It was incredible. It went on for about 5 months, really. It was about 16 tapes in total. It was literally like American Idol. Every week I had to sing a different song. It was, let's do an action scene, let's do an aggressive scene, let's do a happy scene, let's do a sad scene, let's do a Sweeney scene, a Wednesday scene, a Laura scene. They were just really putting us through the ringer to kind of make sure they got the right person, because it's such a huge role. Shadow Moon is the protagonist of the show. He's the lead character, and we're gonna see the whole journey through his eyes. The great thing about the Neil Gaiman's book is that it's kind of Shadow's perspective on all these magical, wonderful things that are happening around him, and so they kind of needed a vehicle, the right vehicle, to kind of portray all that. And it's the only show really that I know of where the protagonist doesn't push the story. He's merely like a leaf in a stream, and things kind of push him down the storyline, push him down the timeline. Things just happen to him, and so Shadow does a lot of observation. A lot of things kind of happen to him, and he's just kind of in wonderment around it. So they needed an actor that was good at looking like he knew what was going on, and good at looking like he didn't know what was going on. And apparently I'm very good at looking like I don't know what's going on.
I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but
I don't know. But I got the role, so it's kind of cool. Yeah. But yeah, it was a big process, and the things that I read that Neil Gaiman and Brian Fuller, Michael Green said in the press about searching the world, and they really did search the whole world for this role. And when they finally chose me, they said some really beautiful things, and I screenshotted them on my phone, because how often does Neil Gaiman, Brian Fuller, Michael Green say these wonderful things about people, and I feel very blessed to have them as my producers. They really are leaders, and it starts from the top down to the bottom. You've got an incredible cast and crew that will go to war for these producers, because they're so giving and lovely like that. They really do compliment us and inspire us to do better, and to create the fantastic show that it has become. We just wrapped last week, and we're all looking forward to it. We're really excited.
Was Neil Gaiman very involved in the production?
Yeah, I mean, this is Neil Gaiman's creation. This is his book. But the thing with some adaptions is that they don't translate to screen. So like Shadow Moon himself, in the book, a lot of his kind of story and journey is his internal monologue with himself. He kind of talks to himself and thinks about things. That is not going to translate to the small screen. You're going to be very bored every week watching a guy think a lot. So with the TV adaptation, Shadow's going to come with more color, more charisma, and he's going to ask a few more questions, because in real life, if these crazy things are happening to you, you're going to have more questions. You're going to want to know, is my wife real? But I thought she died. Is that real? This is crazy. Can that happen? No. What? You're going to have lots of more questions, and so it's more real. It's more grounded than the book, because in the book, Shadow kind of goes along with a lot of stuff. He's still going to be stoic. He's still going to be the strong, silent, kind of character, the big guy. But he will ask a lot more questions for sure.
Okay. And so, from what I understand, the first season is basically 1/3 of the book.
Yeah. We're gonna finish up Around the House on the Rock at the end of the first season, which is right at the beginning of the book. So that shows you how much more we've got to go. Neil, like I say, Neil Gaiman's been a very big part of this. He's the producer. It's his work. So nothing gets by without going through him. But the thing with Neil Gaiman's book is that it's more of an incredible blueprint for a TV show. There's lots of avenues that he goes down that he doesn't finish. Where the TV show, we can kind of flesh things out, and so we can see where Laura went when she died. And in the book, we only see Mad Sweeney twice, really.
Yeah.
You see him at the beginning and near the end. Now we see where Mad Sweeney goes, and our show has come up with an incredible storyline where Mad Sweeney and Laura kind of go off and do their thing, and we watch that, and we see that. We see where Bilquis goes. She's very sporadic in the book, whereas here she's a full character, and we see the different layers in her journey through life and what she's kind of looking for and striving for. She's this god in the real world who's no longer worshipped and has lost all her power, and she's just kind of claiming any little bit of belief and faith that she can. And so the book is a great starting point. That the TV show is able to kind of really stretch out, and so it's not something that's going to just finish in a season. This is going to run for several seasons for sure. And then by the time we finish the book, after however many seasons that is, the writers believe that the story will be talking to them by then. And plus there's lots of spin-offs. I mean, you've got the Anansi boys. Neil Gaiman wrote some incredible work, Monica the Glen, where Shadow ends up in Scotland, I believe. So there's lots of other kind of stories that we can tell on the show. I think Brian Fuller described it once as it's basically Avengers with gods, and we saw what's happened with the Avengers. They've got stories coming out every year, so we're going to be fine when it comes to storytelling.
Yeah. And how was it to work with such an amazing cast? I'm thinking especially of Kristen Chenoweth, who's amazing, and
Kristen Chenoweth is possibly the happiest, most brightest ball of sunshine you've ever met in your life. She is exactly as she seems on TV interviews. She came in with a big old smile. She came in singing and laughing and joking, and we got on really well. I actually pranked her the first time she came to set. I did the same with Pablo as well. I filled her room with pictures of me everywhere. So I got my headshot and I photocopied like 100 pictures of me, and I put them on her mirrors, in the bathroom, in cupboards, in the fridge, in the microwave. So every door she opened, I was there. And she cracked up. She thought it was hilarious, and she kept the pictures up the whole season. So
really?
she didn't take them down. She said, no, keep them. I want to live like this. And she actually got me back. When she left, she wrapped because she had to go and do another show. So she finished off her storyline for the season, and when she left, I think it was a weekend had passed, and I went in on a Monday. And as I got into my trailer, I literally walked into a wall of Kristen everywhere. Just pictures of her new album, The Art of Elegance, was just everywhere. And I was like, oh, she got me back. Oh, Chenna worth it. I call her Chenna worth it because she is worth it. She's an incredible human being.
She's amazing.
But yeah, I feel very blessed in this show. I get to work with the Emmy award-winning Ian McShane. We're both from the same area in England. He's been in the industry for 50 years, so I'm working with an incredible caliber of actor. He's got so much talent and so much experience, just sitting in scenes, just learning, just watching him, the little things he does, the little nuances, and you just sit there and just watch in awe. And I get to play opposite him and just go toe to toe with these incredible actors. I feel like the producers cast just all my idols. When they cast Gillian Anderson as Media, I'm like, oh my god, that's Scully. It was so hard to not call her Scully. But she was lovely. She was incredible. Crispin Glover came in, and oh my goodness, like his first scene, incredible. Orlando Jones plays Mr. Nancy. His first scene is one of the best introductions to a character you will see in TV. He nails this scene. He got a standing ovation from the extras in that scene. It was a very powerful scene. It's on a slave ship with lots of black actors. A lot of stuff had gone down in America that week. A lot of police shootings of basically innocent black victims who were putting up no contest. So it is a very controversial, sensitive moment. And this speech was so beautifully written by our writers, Brian and Michael, that when Orlando performed it with such vigor and such inspiration, he was really channeling a powerful message. He got a standing ovation for the rehearsal because it was incredible, and I'm excited for everyone to see it. It doesn't shy away from anything. We touch a lot of sensitive subjects when we touch on race, sexism, we touch gun control, and then obviously religion. We're not taking sides. We don't tell you what's right and what's wrong. We don't answer anyone's questions, but we just raise awareness that there's lots of different faiths out there, and what we're trying to say is that it's okay. Just because you believe in a certain God, I believe in a certain God, doesn't mean that your God's not real because I think mine's real. You can have whatever God you believe in, or whatever faith, whatever gets you through the day is what we're trying to say is what's important. Whatever struggle you have in the day, and if you're feeling a certain pain and you have to reach for something, you have to believe in something, whatever God or faith that is, it's fine. you know, just as long as that gets you through the day, and we don't have to be right or wrong.
Yeah. And so you started in 2006 in Hollyoaks in the
Yes.
UK, and now you're like in one of the most anticipated show on TV.
Yeah.
Did you imagine that it would go this way?
You always have a dream, you know, and that's why I came to America. I always believed in chasing your dreams. I think anyone can achieve their dreams with a little bit of luck, serious dedication, sacrifice, and hard work. You just have to believe it. I mean, that's the whole premise of our show is believe. Shadow's journey is from cynic to believer. Whereas I've always believed that I'd be successful if I worked hard enough and sacrificed enough and really stuck with it. You have to be really patient as an actor. It's an industry of no's. You get a lot more no's than yeses. And again, a little bit of luck. I was very fortunate to get incredible roles that just worked for me. So Mistresses, I played a great character in Daniel. Single Ladies back in the day when I first got to America. Austenland with Drusha Hess and Stephanie Meyer, who did Napoleon Dynamite and Twilight. They were great, you know, producers, and just working with these great actors along the line, just learning, you know, different things, and then moving on to The 100 with an incredible character in Lincoln, who is then kind of propelled me into American Gods, as you say, the most anticipated show of next year. It's really exciting, and I feel very blessed and honored, and it's down to a lot of that, and then it's down to a lot of the fans as well. If it wasn't for the fans, I wouldn't have known about American Gods, which brought it to my attention, and then I took it to my reps and said, what is this American Gods? And then I learned about it and realized how incredibly huge it was. But if this is successful as we all think it's going to be, you know, we're talking Emmys and Globes, they're really pushing this to be an incredible project, which it's going to be. I owe it to the fans, because they are the ones that educated me about this project, and they're the ones who kind of gave me all the support from The 100 and other shows that I've been in, and they're the ones who inspire me every day to go bigger and better. And they're the reasons I'm at these cons. I'm here in Stockholm because they want to meet me, and I want to meet them because I want to thank them, because I wouldn't be here without them, and you know, they're really special to me.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good luck
you.
for American Gods.